Since it's getting to that time of year again where the sun is actually out, let's talk about skin damage, UV radiation, and sunburns, and frickin' loud ass cars overcompensating. Anyways, as I'm sure we are all aware of and have almost definitely experienced at some point, sunburns. They are what happens when you are out in the sun without any protection and your skin gets damaged by the ultraviolet or UV rays coming from the sun. This results in a very tender red area that hurts to touch and, depending on the severity, can peel, can scar, or just fades into a nice tan in a couple days. But why are we doing that? What are the actual cellular mechanisms and all of that of a sunburn? The main problem with UV rays is that it damages your chromosomes and DNA within the nucleus of your cells. DNA is very important and has many functions, and we really do not actually want it to be damaged, funnily enough, because that can lead to many different problems, including cancer. And with ultraviolet radiation damaging the DNA, especially in the skin cells, that can lead to cancer of the skin. These skin cancers can be things like melanomas, which is the worst type of skin cancer and the deadliest, and it is caused primarily by ultraviolet radiation. So we really do not want that to happen, so sunburns play into this by being actually a preventative measure for skin cancers. Your cells kind of have a self-destruct mechanism called apoptosis, where when the cell gets too damaged or too old or has too many issues, it basically self-destructs and all of the components are recycled throughout the other cells. So, when your body and cells and everything senses that there are areas in cells that are too damaged by ultraviolet radiation, and they're like, hey, this might be cancer soon, let's make this not cancer. And so all of the cells with the very damaged DNA and chromosomes and everything, they turn on apoptosis and self-destruct. This triggers an immune response, which has a lot of inflammation, causing the whole area to become red and inflamed and very painful, which is the sunburn. So technically, the red, painful sunburn area is not actually caused by the sun itself. It's caused by your cells doing a self-destruct in response to cellular damage to your DNA. The actual UV radiation itself doesn't hurt. It doesn't really cause any noticeable damage unless it develops into a visible melanoma or other cancer. The actual painful part of the sunburn process is the immune response that is triggered in order to remove any potentially cancerous cells produced by the excess UV radiation caused from the sun. Now, your body is pretty good at preventing these cancers and taking care of it. However, it's not perfect, and that is why people can develop skin cancers. Most of the time, sunburns go away with no drama. However, if your immune response doesn't work quickly enough or properly, or if the apoptosis doesn't trigger properly, it can lead to these cancers. It also doesn't matter what your skin tone is, what your kind of ethnicity or anything is. Anybody can get skin cancers and anybody can get sunburned, so it does not matter your skin tone or hue or anything. You have to wear sunscreen. Melanin concentration in the skin cells does play a role in a little bit more sun protection, but it is not making you immune to sunburns. You can still get sunburns no matter the tone of your skin. So make sure when we're going outside and when we are exposed to the UV rays, especially in areas and times of the year with high UV levels, you are wearing sunscreen. You can still get sunburned under overcast skies or when it's raining or even when you're indoors. So make sure we're wearing sunscreen when we go outside.